Hello, welcome to another episode of the Biscuit Bites with me, Tony Fielding. And it's episode 5, season 8 of Game of Thrones. I'm a glutton for punishment. Pure disappointment so far. 2 episodes left, and I honestly don't think they're going to pull it out of the bag. I'm almost giving up hope. But, never say never, as Justin Bieber once said. So let's get to it, shall we? We're going to watch it, and I shall see you in 30 seconds, roughly, again. Bye. So it's the day after. I didn't get a chance to record it last night right after the episode, and I'm glad I didn't, because it's allowed me to stew a bit more in thinking about it. And boy, am I not happy. The more I think about it, the more angry I get. Oh, I know, it's just a TV show. It's just a TV show, but Jesus. That was disappointing. Again, I think it should just be called Game of Disappointment. Right, there's going to be spoilers, and I was going to say this: Tyrion. What the fuck have they done to Tyrion? He's an asshole. He's a complete idiot. Last week we found out that Jon and Varys both now know Jon is the true heir to the Iron Throne. That he is. They had Tyrion had a bit of back and forth. Varys is like, "Go, no. He's definitely got a cool head, and she's going a bit." Tyrion's a bit hesitant about the whole thing. But what he does in this episode, they've written him and he betrays Varys. At the start, Varys is writing out notes, must be sending these out to make people aware of him. I don't know. Don't know why other than that he was writing. Maybe we'll find out next episode. But holy shit, man. Tyrion basically snitched on Varys to Daenerys. And Dany knew anyway. She knew. Okay. She knew. But the fact that he did that after everything that Varys has done for him, everything he's done for him, and what he has seen over the last couple of seasons, she has gotten a little bit crazy. And he still does it. He still betrays her. Blind loyalty, where I think the idea is, and my wife said this, that he's got a blind spot for his family and he sees Daenerys as family now. I don't necessarily agree with that. I just think it's stupid writing for plot convenience more than anything, because it doesn't make sense. Tyrion of old, I don't think would have done that. I don't think he would have done. Not that. He's stuck with it for so long because he has to believe, but with all the stuff he's seen, with all the stuff she's done, and she's about to just burn Varys alive. And you know what? Jon Snow's no better. Jon Snow is no better. He has become a complete fuckwit. Oh, I don't want the throne. I don't want it. I don't want the throne. Fuck off, man. Jesus, it's like all his character has been like he'll do it for the greater good. He's always stepped up when needed. He never wanted it. He's always stepped up. He became the bloody commander of the Night's Watch for crying out loud. He took back his family home. Didn't want to, but he had to for his people. He became king of the North. He never wanted it. He accepted it though. He never just flat out declined it. This was the time for him to kind of step up and go. What he's seen, what he knows who he is, and how she's acted. But then again, you can put that down to blindness, but I just put it down to some petty writing. It's just a bit disappointing, I guess, that in a way they're treating some of these characters now, for the sake of drama and plot, as idiots. As fucking morons. Oh, man. So irritating. And Jamie. Oh my fucking lord! The more I think about it, it's. We all thought. I thought last week how it was going to play down was he basically dumped Brienne, right? Dumped a woman who loves him, and he clearly cares for her. I think he loves her. I thought he loved her. And people criticised it, and I kind of understand why. It did feel a bit fan servicey, and I don't like that per se. But we thought, okay, at least if he's doing that, he's going down to kill Cersei, to take it into his own hands. Or at the very least, it's like, look, to make it easy on her, I'm going to say all the things that will make you despise me or get upset to get over me as he goes away. As he's heartbroken because he wants to go and just not be with Cersei, but at the end of the day, it's his sister, he still cares for her, and he doesn't want her to die. I didn't think he was going there to go against Daenerys or Jon. I thought he was just going there to get Cersei out and just get it out before she dies. But no, he was going back there to be with her, to love her, and that was bad enough. But oh man, how he died! How they both died. They tried to escape through the caves where the dragon skulls were, but the whole thing had caved in, and they just hold each other as the ceiling caves in on them. That's how he dies. That's how they both die. Fuck. The more I think about it, it's just like, what? All this character build-up has just become null and void. And all the things you were hinting at with why it wasn't really elaborated in the show of why Cersei hated Tyrion. I think there was that one scene at season 5 or 6, I can't remember which season it was, where you see the flashback of Cersei as a girl, comes across the witch, and that's where the prophecy is like, you'll die, your younger brother will kill you. I guess in essence, it's kind of fulfilled in a very unrewarding way. The little brother is her downfall, being Tyrion. Jaime, in a way, Jaime took it down there where they both died. He took it, in a way, he took her to her final resting place, I guess, if you really want to stretch and grasp at that straw. But Jesus, man, I think we all had it in our heads a far more dramatic, a far more holy shit way of it going. So I feel, I mean, you could say that's our fault for thinking it, but when you've got a show that's been building up for this, building up something a bit more wow, a bit more special, can't help but be disappointed by it. The fact that he didn't kill her or anything like that himself, through some bittersweet twist of the knife, just a bit cheated. And the way he died, nah. But there was good moment. There was one good moment in the show, really good moment in the episode. And that's Tyrion and Jaime having one last meet up with each other, where he gets captured by Daenerys' army, and he gets in and he basically frees him. A little bit of a callback. And it was a very heartfelt moment. It was a nice moment between the two of them. It was good. It was very good. But that, other than that, and the Hound and the Mountain death fight, it was kind of cool. There was one bit where the Mountain, you see what he looks like. He looks a swollen corpse. And him and the Mountain fight. The Mountain's twatting him everywhere. He gets him up onto a rock when the Hound's weak. And he's about to go all bloody Oberyn on him. Man, I thought, oh man. His fingers are in there, the eyes are bleeding. But he manages, the Hound gets his knife and stabs him in the eye. Stabs the Mountain in the eye. He backs off. The Hound falls down. He manages to open up one eye. And this is while they're in a tower, the tower's crumbling down. And he just runs at the Mountain knowing that there's still ways he's going to die. And they both fall to a fiery death. I don't know. That bit I think I need a bit more time to settle on. But it just feels a little bit underwhelming, I guess. I'll tell you this one credit I'll give to the show, the episode, you could see what was fucking happening. There's no excuses there. They had nice daylight, so you could actually see what was happening. And I'll tell you what, they've made Dany go full psycho, full crazy queen. And it felt, this is going to be a common thing, I believe, it felt rushed. I mean, the whole season's felt rushed, but they've planted seeds actually just going loopy. They've been doing that over the last couple of seasons, especially. Season 6, there was hints. 7, you saw a lot of it. A lot of this, bend the knee and all that jazz. That hinted that she's just after power. Big craziness going on that'll burn you. Killing Samuel's father and brother. And in this one, I felt like she went full on batshit. And it's been laid seeds in there, like, no one loves her as they do Jon. She's not the heir to the Iron Throne that she thought she was. She believes in destiny. It just, all those seeds were great. It just feels like at the minute they went, right, here we go. Nice build up, nice, just a sudden upshot to get to this point. This one, it feels rushed. The bells are ringing. Now they've got to ring the bells, haven't they, to say that the city has surrendered. And she still goes fucking batshit after hearing the bells. The dragon's resting on the King's Landing wall, and this is after basically decimating the fucking army and the city initially. And she hears the bells and she goes bloody bonkers. Starts burning people alive, men, women, children, just innocent people. Like, what the fuck? Wow. Okay, I knew that had happened, but because I felt they rushed to get there, it's not had the impact it was supposed to have. I get angry at how rushed and how everything it's come across as. It's just, this season has just been such a letdown, and it all started with episode fucking 3. Don't care what anyone says. Episode 3 was a disaster. All those little bits, all those little subplots, all those little subversions. Fuck off. They were awful. And all those little fake out deaths and all the cutting from important moments. Oh, it was dreadful, and I just felt it's carried on since then. You can say episodes 1 and 2 were somewhat weak, but they had their moments. Episode 1 and 2. Episode 2 was good. It was a lot better, much better. But oh man, I could rant on forever about this. But one episode left, and I've got no faith in it now. I've got no faith in it. No, I'm saying never. I think it's going to fail. I think it's going to fall flat on its heels. I'm looking forward to having this episode to getting episode 6 done with. I'm looking forward to that, so then me and Del can proper sit down and discuss the whole season, watch it again, really let it all soak in, and have a proper discussion over it again. Because right now it's nothing but pure disappointment. People have invested so much of their time and energy into these shows, investment in the characters, and to all have it kind of fall apart on the last hurdle is so disappointing, so heartbreaking. And that's what it feels like. It feels like it's just fallen, crumbled. I think expectations were so high and they didn't meet it. It's clearly they didn't meet expectations there. Do you think there's a gazillion fan theories out there? A gazillion fan theories that are far better than the drivel they've come up with. Really, a lot of people said this, and I was hesitant. I thought, no. I think they can do this. They can wrap it all up in the last 2 seasons they had, and they haven't. I think they're leaving so many things open. They're not bothering to answer with. They're just getting to that main bit of who sits on the Iron Throne. And after 7 seasons prior, the Iron Throne felt like it was becoming the most irrelevant part of the story. The big threat being the White Walker threat, which they shat on in episode 3. Man. Yeah, I could run for hours on this one. But it's a disappointment. It is an absolute disappointment where it's gone and how it's ended up. You can tell. We all know that from season 5 onwards, the writing has been on a downward slope. Everyone says it, and we can all agree on that. I believe. Once they had no more book to go with, no more book on the progression to go with, it lost its way badly. And when you look back on earlier seasons, at some of the last few seasons, you're just thinking, why did they waste their time on these little bits? Why was this character who... I love Bronn, and I'm now of the opinion that Bronn is just irrelevant. He's fun, but it's like, who cares now? Because of having these little other characters in there that people just kind of like, you've sacrificed a lot of more important bits that could have been focused on the story of the Night King and other bits and bobs. Maybe this is the plan. Maybe it's the plan to just fuck the Night King off by episode 3. But that for me, that was the point of this season where it just collapsed. And it's carrying on now. The whole thing with the Iron Throne just doesn't feel as impactful now. And we get it. I get it. It was going to be there. It was going to be on that. And with this episode, you see where the visions of the first season or two were coming up. When you see the throne room all ash falling down, like the throne room's burnt down. You still could have had the White Walkers involved at that point. You still could have. You can tell I'm disappointed by the way the White Walkers were treated in this one after 7 seasons of build-up. But yeah. Oh, by the way, I am. What was up with that ending of it? Are you? I was cringing at that bit. What was the standing behind a light goes to a white mare, horse, pony, whatever. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe we'll find out what relevance that is in the next episode. But man, I'll tell you what would have been cool. What would have been really cool, because Jon, you've seen all this shit going down. By like everyone surrenders, and next thing you know, the dragon's flying and burning shit after they surrender, and Grey Worm just goes full ballistic on the Lannister army who've all surrendered and starts killing them. And Jon's horrified at what the fuck's going on. He's trying to call his men back. I was like, no, they've surrendered. Let's call back. And so all that shit's happening. The dragon's burning and stuff. All hell's broken loose. And what would have been cool for me to really get Jon. I mean, he's seen all the shit now, and I think he's realising that, holy shit, I've done goofed by not challenging Daenerys and taking the leadership role, because this would not have happened. But what would have been cool to really hammer it home for him, because for me, Arya's story arc is done. I think they're dragging it out now. I think her arc was finished with before the Night King. What would have been there if she was going there to kill Cersei, and she has that moment with the Hound of like, look, don't end up like me, is if she's running in the streets after all that shit trying to save people, and the dragon just comes to her and burns her, kills her in front of Jon Snow. I mean, would he need any more reason to go? I mean, as if he hasn't got enough reason to fight Daenerys and claim ownership of the throne. There's that right there. That would have been amazing. That I was saying it to my wife. I was saying, I think this is going to happen. I really hope this happens, because dramatically, it's wow, and it's a big moment for one of the big characters to die. Nah, she rides off on a white horse, which I'm looking forward to seeing what that's about next week. Yeah, overall, it's okay. Funny enough, if they never had the White Walker plot, if it was purely about the Iron Throne from start to finish, this, for any other show, this could have been a decent finale sequence. But because it's Game of Thrones, of all the build that they've done, and to be subverting expectations for the sake of it now, and to have all that built up to end up where they are here, it is nothing but a massive disappointment. And that's sad. One episode left. Let's see what they can do. And I'm not holding my breath now. I am now of the opinion it is going to suck. Anyway, thanks for hearing me rant. Go check out Del the Bourbon Biscuits take on it, see what he thinks. And we'll see you next week for the final episode of Game of Thrones. Man, it's going to suck. It's going to suck hard. It's going to suck really hard. Will you fuck me? I'd fuck me real hard.